Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to develop tic-tac-toe game in React Native using React hooks such as useState and useEffect. This is going to be a beginner-friendly tutorial, so make sure that you follow each and every step correctly. And let's get started. We will initialize a bare React Native app using command React Native init. Once the installation is complete, I will be opening my VS Code editor. I will be using integrated terminal. In integrated terminal, just write React Native run Android to start the app. Alright, so this is the boilerplate version of React Native bare app. So now just go to app.js and clear all of the code from here. So we will be writing our own. So inside app.js, we will import safe area view. Type safe area view. I will give it a style. Let's give the main container of our whole view a flex property of 1 and background color white. Save it. You will find mobile screen is blank. Now next thing, now let's create the view where we will tell which player is having his or her turn. I'll use a view. Text. So in the text we will write player's name whose turn is there. Player X. Turn. Okay, we will give some style to the main container of this item and to the text. Now let's use useState. I would import useState first. And I will be creating a state active player. This active player will contain the name of our player. Let the first player be X. So we can use this state and write here. Use the curly braces and the state's name. Now we will have X. If the player would be O or 0, we will have 0. Now we will differentiate the player with the colors. So using a square brackets to give an additional style which will be conditional, and the condition would be the background color. So here I will write the condition active player triple equal to, then we should have a background color of, I have the color code, and this is attributed to background color. So I will add whole of the string curly brackets and I'll write basic background color. Let's save it. So player X is having blue color and player 0 or O has darker version of pink color. Alright, so let's give font color white to player text. Now let's give some margin to the container. I would give margin horizontal around 20, adding from the top and bottom. Yeah, now looks, and margin top almost 30. All right, we are done with this container. Will tell which player is playing. Next thing, we should create a grid. I will create another view which will contain our whole grid and game. Let's give a style container. Now each of the cell would be a button, so I would use pressable. You can use touchable opacity as well. And for now, let's give an image of X. Require. Just to mention you that we have our assets here. You can find these assets from my Git repository. I will mention the link in the description below. So you can go and clone the repository, so you will be having all these icons. All right, we never close it, and neither we imported image and pressable. All right. Next thing, let's give style to our cell. So each of us cell will have a different style because we need to give them borders from different sides. So we'll be writing almost 9 different styles for each of them. Let's name this style to be styles dot cell for now. After that, once we create a grid, we will differentiate all these styles. All right. And let's give the image style named styles dot maybe icon, and the main container. All right, so I will give height and width to the icons. And now, just for an example, I would be giving it a height and width of 100. We will try to give it enough manner such that we never break the rule of responsiveness. So instead of giving the static height and width, we will try a different approach. I'll give it flex direction row, justify content center, or 9 item center. This will make ensure that our icon remains always at the center of the cell. And let's give it a border width of maybe 6 pixel. Yes. Now this is a cell, but if you notice, the left border and top border should be removed. So I'll just copy paste it 9 times. I think it's 9 times. And we have our 9 cells. In the main container, we will use flex direction row, justify content center, and we want it to be wrapped. So flex wrap wrap. See the magic. Each of the cell we will be removing the borders that are not required in them. And first of all, let's make it responsive. So I would import dimensions, and now let's calculate the width of this device, and this will be applicable for each device. Window width, now we will be using this window width inside the cell, and we will do it maybe 3 by 2, 3.2, 3.2, and same for height. Since it's a square, it should maintain a proportion of 1. Cool. Now let's remove the borders. Instead of border width 6, I would write border width right 6, border width bottom, border bottom width 6. What did I miss? Border, okay, it should be border right width. Okay, let's create the style for each of them. So here on the top, I would be doing extra work and naming all of them individually. So the first cell would be, let me comment it out. This will give a clear understanding to you guys how the cells are there. So styles.cell underscore top left. Alright, so we have named all of these styles. Now let's give them their styles. Copy that down, top mid. Top mid should have only the border at the bottom. Cell top right should have border at the bottom as well as at the left. Cell mid left. Cell mid left have the border at the right. Cell mid left. Cell mid will have I guess no borders. We will remove this border. Cell mid right will have border at the left. Alright, things are shaping. Now we are going to style the bottoms. Cell bottom right will have border left and border top. Cell bottom left will have border at the top and right. And the last one, that is the bottom mid. Bottom mid will have only at the border, that is at the top. Cool. Fantastic. Now this looks awesome. Let's give some spacing from the top. Here's our main container. And let's give a margin top 50, maybe 60. All right. So now they are not doing nothing on the click. This functionality we will be adding in the next video. For now, let's add the replay button as well. Give it a style, up, cancel button. I'll add the style at the bottom. Okay, let's give position absolute to the button. I want it to be at the bottom right. So give it bottom 0, right 0. Let's set the height. Maybe a little bit larger. Now let's modify the bottom and right margins. 15, maybe 20. Yeah, 20 looks good. All right, so now if we change the image to 0 and somewhere 0 will be here. So that was all the UI part that we have implemented. Now the logic part is there in the next video. That is the part 2 of this tic-tac-toe game tutorial. So make sure to hit the like button and I will meet you in that tutorial.